Hey guys, what's up? This is Jack from Candy Country Reptiles. Today we're going to do an update on clutch 15. Pretty cool clutch. Having some difficulty IDing them. So the female was a Huffman. And the male was a Bongo Lesser Cinnamon Jordan, which is a gene that apparently popped up in way back when the first Bongos were imported. Apparently it was like a 2-gene animal, and it's kind of a very unknown gene. But what we have here, these are Jordans, and I believe this one might be Bongo, not 100%.
It's a little bit lighter-ish.
And yeah, the patterns, or maybe this one's Bongo. I'm not sure. I think they're, unless it's just, polymorphism. I don't know. But basically what I was told, and I got one picture from the breeder I got my Bongo stuff from, sent me a picture, and it was a picture that the breeder he got his Bongo stuff from, who apparently isolated the Jordan gene. And we have a picture of a more adult, I think it's a slightly bigger adult version, which we can show you there. That's the picture I was given as to what Jordan looks like.
It's kind of stretching out those alien heads a little bit, and what has like a white outline almost.
Yeah, I mean the one breeder that he kind of described it as a kind of a combination between Enchi and Orange Dream, which is banded like Enchi and it's got nice orange coloration. So I mean maybe. But
I also see that little white outline, like the shadowy eraser mark on it. So we're saying it turned up kind of like giving it like a peach tinge to it a little bit in the babies, right?
So I don't know. It's kind of cool, and I think we can see where it's in some of the other ones, but that's where we're not 100% sure, and we're having a little...
Because we're just not as familiar with that gene, what it's doing when it's comboing. I mean, other people might not know either because they haven't made the combos.
This is the only second clutch I got from that Bongo male anyway, so it's like, I got a clutch from him last year. I got 2 clutches from him last year. So this is the 3rd clutch. This one here, I'm almost positive is Bongo. And this is Huffman. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, definitely this one's a little nippy.
How'd you explain the difference to me? Because me and Cinnamon, Black Pastel, Huffman all on the same allele. How do you tell the difference looking at them straight away?
Yeah, so Cinnamon tends to be more of a black-backed animal. So like the Cinnamon won't have as much of the dorsal circles and pattern down the spine. Black Pastel has that pattern, but to me Huffman is more orange. So Huffman looks a lot like Black Pastel. It's just a little more orange coloration
rather than like a brownish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Black Pastel is a little more gold, like a deeper gold brown.
Dude, stop.
So that's why I'm leaning towards this being Huffman and not Cinnamon.
Still gets that wonked out sides.
Yeah, that's
so cool.
That's the Bongo, I think, bringing up the side pattern
but just even those
throwing in some of that blushing. Oh yeah, the stretched out alien head.
Yeah, the weird.
Yeah, Cinnamon or Huffman still stretches the alien heads.
Yeah, that's what I like about Cinnamon, what it does on the sides like that.
I mean, there's so many genes on that same allele now that it's Huffman, Black Pastel, Cinnamon, Enchi, HRA. There's a bunch of new genes out there, I'm sure, that are like that Jolt, the Cinder.
So you're saying when combined, they'll act like a super.
Act like a super, yep.
Very cool.
And I mean, I'll be able to. I mean, that's that's what all the breeders are saying. We'll see. We have a clutch we're gonna cut tomorrow, actually. That's supposed to be from an Enchi Huffman, so we'll see. every baby should either be Enchi or Huffman in that clutch. So we'll see if that
Which in
holds.
the egg is even more difficult to see.
Nah, I don't think so. Enchi's banded, and Huffman is, that nice dorsal with the wonky alien heads. I think it'll be fairly easy to differentiate between Huffman and Enchi in the egg. So this next one is pretty wild looking. So we kind of like started eliminating what we, or kind of, I don't know how to ID. I kind of tell you what I'm seeing. I'm definitely seeing lesser. I am seeing Huffman. I'm pretty sure because he got more dorsal. Fairly certain there's Bongo in there.
Just because of those sides.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm going to say Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Because of that, like, peachish salmon color almost.
Yeah, intensifying the color.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there's the sides. I'm pretty sure that's Bongo. The snake is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and you turn it and it's like, it blinds you almost.
Wait till the snake is about 4 or 5 months old and get a couple more sheds under its belt. The snake's going to be insane. I mean, it's
already pretty insane looking, but...
This is right after its first shed. I mean, he came out of the egg, had his first shed, and now we're going to set him up and feed him, but this snake is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is 4 genes. Now, we got 3 more. I think, yeah.
4.
Oh, yeah, no, there is one more. That's kind of... Where's the other one at? I kind of... Don't you get nippy?
Of course, it's the one on the bottom, I think. Yeah, that one. Whoa, got a skeepy, sorry. Some of these were really nippy while we were getting them out to check them.
Okay, this one...
Gosh. I thought I liked that one right before this better until you get this one back out, and golly.
Definitely lesser. Now that I look at it, I'm not 100% sure on the Bongo. I'm leaning towards Bongo being there, just because it's bringing the pattern up off the sides. I was leaning towards cinnamon, but now,
yeah,
I think it is cinnamon because it's darker. I think this is Bongo, lesser cinnamon.
But without the Jordan? Wasn't this the one that you said?
Without the Jordan.
Okay. This isn't the one you said looked like Dad?
Similar to Dad, but not exactly like Dad, because Dad has less dorsal pattern.
Gotcha.
Just going to have to watch these grow a little bit. I mean, like, again, Bongo, like I said, this is the only third Bongo clutch we've hatched, so I'm still kind of learning how to ID combos with the Bongo in them.
So if you were to compare, like the one you just got before us was Huffman.
Huffman, yes.
And this one's cinnamon.
Yes.
Not Jordan. Because they're just so remarkably different, but then I see...
Yeah, because like I said, Huffman is a little more orange, which was adding to the last one's coloration.
Yeah.
Cinnamon's darker, which is darkening up this lesser more.
Mm-hmm. And there's more empty space and black along the dorsal, you're saying, right?
Yeah, yep. So...
Because if it didn't have Bongo, you're saying it would just be cinnamon,
lesser cinnamon,
and that's not.
I don't.
No, we've had those before.
I don't think that's.
I don't think that's all that it is, unless it's lesser cinnamon Jordan. I like to just add my comments and confuse the heck out of him. He thinks he has it, and I'm like, oh, but wait, because that might be it there too.
It could be it.
Because the sides looked so much different.
There might not be any Bongo. It could be lesser cinnamon Jordan.
Because the coloration reminded me of that peachish color of the other ones we say are having Jordan.
Like I said, Bongo's still fairly new to us. Now, these last 3 is where we're...
Are kind of jerky, too. There's one in here that's particularly jerky.
The one on the right here.
You're right, Mike. Yeah.
These three we're kind of stumped on. I'm not.
I don't want to say stumped. Give yourself a little more credit than that.
So, what we're thinking, the one in the middle, we think, so if when you combine Cinnamon and Huffman, it acts like a super, which they call the Siren. And we made a Black Pearl last year, which is the Black Pastel Huffman. And they have the same very, very similar dorsal patterning. Striped out, really crazy. So we're thinking these three are the acts like the super, Huffman, Cinnamon. And then this one here that I'm still have my hand on is Lesser and Bongo.
Mm-hmm.
And then these other two, we believe, are the same thing with Jordan on top.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because they are slightly different. The heads are slightly different. But to get this crazy dorsal striping,
Which is pretty much on all three. Like those two, it's broken apart, but it's in lots of places. Has to be the two together.
and then Bongo's really bringing up the side pattern.
Yeah, there's like no pattern.
And then I definitely see Lesser in them.
Oh, for sure, the colors of them.
But so I mean that's my best guess right at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Dude, where are you going?
But I'm not.
We're not 100%, but
not 100%. But I mean, just look at I don't know.
it was our thoughts looking at it that the Jordans seemed to like intensify and bring some vividness to it. That was my word.
I don't know. So
the contrast color of it, but we appreciate when you guys are like, oh, hey, I see this in it.
Yeah, and to make things even, a little more confusing, which I haven't proven out yet, Dad was possible het hypo. I don't know if there's any
influence just changing things up a little bit.
If he is het, and then these babies would be pos het, because I haven't even tried to prove him out to see if he's het hypo yet. I've been trying to work on just making bongo combos, and I like the cinnamon Huffman black pastel interaction stuff. It's pretty cool. If you guys want, I'll show you real quick. Let me see. I just fed her, but
wait, I can come over to her so you're not getting her out.
She's kind of messy.
Okay.
We'll stick
because you're gonna clean her after this.
Yeah, we're gonna clean her here in a minute. So this is the black pearl, but there's also mahogany and phantom on this to darken it up
and make those wonk.
You can see the dorsal is very similar to these three babies, but then the mahogany and the phantom is darkening it up more, where the lesser and the bongo on with the Jordan factored in is going to be lightening these up a little bit, and the bongo is going to be pulling the side pattern up off the belly. But I'm seeing similarities between.
I agree.
Between them, so that's kind of where we're at. Thinking on the IDs, but again, Huffman I just started working with last year as well, so I'm fairly new to the Huffman game. I'm a big fan of Huffman, really. I mean, we're doing a lot with it. We're going to have like 4 or 5 Huffman clutches this year. So we're doing a lot with it. I'm a big fan of it. But let's see if we can get these guys put back without somebody nipping me again. And I'll show you off the clutch again. So there's the clutch. By all means, if you guys, your opinions and thoughts and everything, that definitely, like, talking stuff out. Like, that's how we kind of work through it all. We talk it out and see what we see and what we don't see, how stuff works together. If any of you guys have any opinions, thoughts about what you're seeing, how stuff's working, your thoughts and opinions, please let us know. We love this clutch. I mean, the pattern, the color, they're just outstanding.
The variations on them.
Very, very heavy like that. This thing right here, that thing is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
The color on that, like you see with the rest of them now, that color is insane. Like, that's golden.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, peach and like tangerine sides and
Oh, good color. Good color word. I agree.
Caramely up top on the dorsal.
Oh, no, we don't have to add a Y to the end of it. It's just caramel.
It's just awesome. So, please, you guys, as always, like, share, subscribe, pass the word. Leave us your comments. And, because we enjoy reading them. And, until next time, thanks for watching, guys.